All right, breakfast. How painful was it to cut?
Oh, you have
Save
no
it,
idea.
save it.
Oh, I do have an idea.
Oh, he's got a good idea. I got a little idea.
Save it. Save it. All right.
Well, hold on. I gotta take another look at that thumbnail. How dare you? I haven't even played that game.
No, but you have paid for it.
You are embarrassing me.
I
You
know
played
the art.
modules.
You son of a bitch!
I know the art of the clickbait.
Hey, you know what? If Splice didn't get to it, Lizzie was telling me I should do it.
Oh, you...
Also known as his shoulder devil, apparently.
I want to swear at you guys so bad right now. You sons of bitch.
Breakfast. How do we explain the video game path of Breakfast without Star Citizen?
Very
We have to
easily,
play that to
actually.
understand you.
No, you don't. It's not even the game I backed anymore.
Exactly.
So much freaking feature creep. It's not even recognizable.
It's a part of your villain arc.
I'm not a villain.
Not yet.
I've not
Wait till
made that
the game finally
decision.
releases.
That's why it's part of the arc. It's not done yet.
What are you implying, Looney?
We're
I'm
implying
implying-
you're going to become a villain, and Star Citizen's what's going to send you down that dark path.
If Star Citizen ever comes out, that's when you'll become the villain.
You're Murazond.
I won't have a computer that can run it by then.
He'll be playing Crisis. All right. It is go time. So, Mithril, can you hear everyone? Because we had issues with that last week.
Might not be there. He said he won't be. Oh, he says he won't be joining in.
He's
but
in
he'll be
chat,
Right.
I
right.
did hear earlier, though, before I muted. I think I heard everyone.
I just want to be sure. All right. Perfect. Then I shall start the recording and get us started. So, everyone. In 2006, I met a man named Breakfast. That man named Breakfast was playing Smash Brothers with me as an accomplished Captain Falcon player. And today, we're going to cap off what is, of course, the only natural conclusion to near 20 years worth of friendship and have him explain to us what the 16 games are that defined him on episode 75 of I Think We Overleveled. Breakfast, how big was the list before you had to start cutting?
34.
So only
that's
double.
it?
Only double.
Yep. No,
Well,
that's
okay,
about
that
where
was,
I stood.
that was 34.
That was your
There
short
were-
list.
Yeah, there were several others that are honorable mentions, but I couldn't justify them. By the way, that is not my gameplay.
No, it's not. That is none. Who is
also
a pro.
I wasn't known as Breakfast back then. I hadn't yet fully adopted the moniker.
Well, my Smash records say otherwise.
On the forums, I was still using the name Pulmonox.
Ah, well, in Smash you were using the name Breakfast, and that's all that mattered to me.
Yep.
You had barely adopted the name Romanox. Breakfast was molded by it, born in it. Anyway,
The world.
don't worry about it. Anyway, so Breakfast, just as what I've done this with everyone, and I've been wrong every time, so I'm going to do it again because I learned good lessons. Breakfast, is Smash Brothers Melee on this list?
Right out the gate. That is... Where is that?
Okay,
is number 10.
For once it was correct.
Yes,
For
I
once.
mean, of all the Smash Brothers, Melee was just the one I played the most.
That's 2000.
And these are chronological, correct?
Yeah.
Yes,
I
these
mean,
are chronological.
that's the one that we played most of our tournaments in, and yeah, no.
Now, to be fair, I have loved all the Smashes. Yes, even Brawl.
Yes.
I will never turn
Oh, yeah.
down an opportunity to play Super Smash Brothers, whichever Super Smash Brothers that may happen to be. However, Melee was the game in which I met
Everyone.
all of you.
Yeah.
All of us. Yeah.
The only
Yeah.
person I didn't meet through Melee was Falcon, where we actually played the original Smash Brothers together.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
But even
Yeah, you
that
knew him
still
before
Melee
that.
still defined your relationship with him given the number of
Melee
hours
still
played.
defines my relationship with Falcon.
And that was
And all of our
2001, right?
relationships with Falcon.
That was 2001, yes. Although that was hold on.
And Lizzie, of course.
Yeah, okay. I
Fits that too.
don't. There is 1 year where I will have to define a month.
That does happen. But no. Melee is where the Smash League started, and it's also where even though the one tournament you did win was actually Brawl, and I say
Yes.
you, I know you had a teammate that tournament, but I will always tell the story of how Breakfast 2v1 a tournament.
Nice.
No offense to Three-Legged Yo-Yo, but he was spamming those bombs, and Breakfast had to play with Team Attack on. No one else did.
My teammate played Link, and he loved to spam the bombs because he was a zoner. He loved to zone.
No,
He found nothing. He found nothing cheap about it.
No. Well, and I will say,
But I am very much not a zoner. Even when I'm
No.
playing zoner characters, it's like, no, I'm gonna get up in your face.
Oh yeah. Yep. Absolutely.
no. So the thing that actually defined, like, the first time I think Breakfast and I officially were friends wasn't at that tournament. It was over the summer when he just stopped by and visited out of the blue, and we were just chatting. And he's like, "You seen the Falcon Punch video, right?" And I'm like, "What Falcon Punch video?" And mostly it was just us then watching memes, but it was
What was it, the Falcon Punch video or the knee video?
it was both. I don't remember which was first, but it was the crappy Pokemon cover.
Oh yeah.
That one?
gotta punch them all.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
got it.
cover is terrible, but the content is great.
Yes. It's uber neat.
But no, this definitely had to be on the list. I'm glad for once I was correct.
I've got one. Actually, I have two, but I'll leave one of them for somebody.
Congratulations.
But when I first went to college, I roomed with a man known as Falcon. We've mentioned him earlier. He was a friend of mine from high school. He moved into our neighborhood actually, and we were neighbors for a couple of years. And he's Lunasar's brother-in-law. But he's moved across the country, so I don't get to talk to him very often anymore. But we roomed together for several years. I don't think a day passed where this game did not come out, and we had a few rounds. And often it was at least an hour and a half, if not longer.
Oh man.
And if it wasn't that, it was Brawl.
If it wasn't that, it was Brawl, but it had to be Melee.
Yeah, Melee was just.
I was like, I played in one competition, like official competition. I didn't do too hot, but I did catch the guy off guard because of the way Falcon played. I had developed a very throw heavy strategy, and the competitors were not ready for that. They were not ready for someone who was constantly just running up and grabbing them through their shield. And so it took them a little bit, and I almost took out their number 10 guy until he finally wisened up to my tactics.
There's something to be said for everyone else is playing rock, paper, scissors, and then you come in and play mushroom.
Right. Anyway, back to Baggins.
All right, I've got two. One of them I'll leave for somebody who has more to do with that with you, I think. But the other one, I mean, it's easy. It's got to be War Thunder.
War Thunder is on the list. It is.
I was going to say, there's no way War Thunder's not on the list.
With how much you play
Okay.
Now,
Now I did have to think about that because while War Thunder is okay, straight up, I have probably played more hours of War Thunder than any other game on this list combined. Every other game on this list combined, with the possible exception of Smash Brothers. If you take Smash Brothers out, I've probably played more War Thunder than every single other game on this list combined.
Yeah.
That is number 16. Splice came out. Well, the beta released August 12th of 2012. Officially, it didn't release until
2012?
Yes. I started playing it in 2013. I'm still playing that blasted game.
I think 2012 makes sense.
That makes more sense than 2012.
Right, 2020. Yeah, 2012. Sorry.
So what number is that?
Yeah. That is number 16.
All right.
That is
Okay.
the most recent game on this list.
And when did
Officially,
it come out?
it didn't come out until like 2016 or 2017. So
What
it was
year-
in
what year
beta
am I
for like
putting?
6 years. So, but its release date is currently listed as August 12th, 2012.
Okay. All right. Well, this is definitely so far the oldest list, I think.
Okay.
Maybe not. Maybe Baggins, did you
It's
have
it's
something more
it's
modern?
not that I
I
haven't
had
played.
newer. I had some newer stuff, but
It's not
the
that I
fact that-
haven't played newer games. It's just that I don't
The
think any
defining
of the
ones,
newer
yeah.
games define me.
and that's fair.
Yeah.
All right.
See, and everybody takes different approaches for choosing which 16. Because like I tried to get something to match various genres and
Right,
stuff as
and,
well.
and I tried to make it so that there is only one of each genre and only one of each series, but there are 2 exceptions. Well, technically 4. There are 4 exceptions to that rule. So
One of each, only one of a genre. That'd be difficult actually. But
Quick, guess Smash Brawl.
No.
yeah.
no.
So
your turn, Slice.
so talk about War Thunder though. Like, why is it other than the amount of time spent? Why is it? Why
Because
the time is spent?
Honestly, at this point, it's more of a time killer than anything else.
Okay, it's just one of those. This
But
is my.
it's my
its
comfort zone.
food.
It's my comfort
Yeah.
zone.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's essentially a first-person shoot. Although, okay, when I first started playing War Thunder, tanks were not a factor. They were not
Right.
in the game. So it was only planes, and it was only World War II planes. The highest, the most modern they got was early Korean jets. So you had the F-86 Sabre and the MiG-15 were top tier. And I loved prop plane dogfighting.
Yeah, because that's the thing. The way I think about it, you're a big fan of World War II dogfighting and you even like the World War II tanks. You like that aesthetic, right?
Yeah, I like that aesthetic. And yes, Mithril Zenith, the tanks weren't introduced until like 2015, 2016 maybe. They came in several years later.
And if
That's
I'm
funny because
remembering
when
right,
I think of War Thunder, I only think of the tanks. Huh.
I think they were always planned, but they were only doing. In fact, the game was so different back then. There
well,
was
and
so
with
many
the
things
planes,
that
if I'm remembering right, there are 3 different control schemes, aren't there?
Yes.
Potential.
And that's one of War Thunder's problem. It splits its player bases like 6 ways to Sunday because because they have a battle rating. Each vehicle is assigned a battle rating, and the battle ratings are assigned in third intervals. So you have 0.01, like for example, you have 1.0, then you have 1.3, then you have 1.7, and then you have 2.0. And each match can only see a maximum of 1 standard deviation, 1 whole number, a standard deviation of 1 whole number. So if you're in a match with a 2.0 vehicle, you can see vehicles up to tier 3.0.
Okay.
Or you can see vehicles down to 2.0 or down to 1.0, but you can't see both because 3.0s can't see a 1.0. So if you're seeing 3.0s, then you're at the bottom. If you're seeing 1.0s, then you're at the top. So each match can only have that range of vehicles. And then on top of that, there are 3 different game modes: arcade, realistic, and simulator.
Oh man.
And I only ever really play arcade. I am an arcade scrub. A lot of players out there are like, oh, you don't play realistic, you don't know how to play. But realistic players then go into arcade mode because they're not used to how it styles and how it plays and how the vehicles respond so much quicker, and the markers, you can see enemies and stuff. They often get wiped because they think they're being sneaky, but everybody knows they're there. And then on top of that, you have 4 different game types because you have predominantly aircraft games, you have predominantly ground-based games, you have naval now, and then there's enduring confrontation, and then there's even helicopters have their own mode now. And then there's even assault, which is kind of like a PvE version.
Jeez.
So you're split according to battle rating, according to vehicle type, according to battle type, according to era, according and according to match type. So it's like,
so I'm guessing matchmaking takes forever.
Not as long as you like. There are obvious, like if you're trying to play sim, yeah, that's going to take a while because sim isn't a very popular mode. Because like full sim is like you have to control the angle of the rotors of your props.
Oh,
This is like the people who have the actual setups and
Right.
Gordon.
Yeah.
oh, yeah, yeah.
Although real sim players like DCS and IL2 players are like, even War Thunder sim players kind of arcadey, but it's still a far cry from playing even realistic battles. Or whereas like because the difference, like for example in the air arcade, the planes have no physical limitations except for a maximum speed. Whereas in air realistic, and the planes respond, turn much sharper. They can pull higher Gs. They accelerate and climb faster. Like all their performance is boosted. Whereas in realistic, they try to mimic the ability of the vehicles as they would realistically be, and enemies are not given. Friendlies are given markers, but enemies are not. So you have to visually spot your enemies, but you can tell where your friends are. And if you dive too hard, your wings will rip off. Sim has no mouse control, so you have to have a joystick, and no one is marked. So you have to identify the aircraft that you are about to engage as a friendly or an enemy by knowing what the aircraft looks like.
Dang.
And you have like full and complete control over all the surface. Whereas, like even in realistic, there's a flight instructor that kind of takes all care of all the nitty gritty and the small details. Whereas in sim, you are in full control of that. And you have to.
That's not, wow. Sounds intense.
And that's just air. You go into tanks,
Yeah.
and it's kind of the same
All
thing.
I know
Yeah,
is
no, I can
War Thunder's one of the causes of one of my favorite breakfast moments ever. Me just
You love
watching
to
him
tell
play.
this
I love it. It's awesome because I'm like watching him play. I'm like, so what are you playing as? He's explaining. I don't remember the plane. It is like, and, I've got. Like,
I was playing it. I was playing an Eshak, an I-16.
Yeah, he's like, and I got a
So
rocket loadout.
it's a low tier Russian aircraft.
And I'm like, rockets? How on earth do you get kills with rockets? And he immediately like goes into a dive, then pulls up to time it, and then launches a rocket and kills a guy within 5 seconds of me answering asking the question. And he just goes like that.
Dang.
It was just so flawless.
Can't do that
Nice.
anymore. They've tightened the hitboxes, so it's not as easy to land those rocket shots anymore.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I guess from your description, I could understand why sim would be the one that'd be hard to match make. Yeah.
Yeah, no one likes playing. Realistic is probably their. I mean, arcade is the easiest to get into. Realistic is probably their most famous mode. I don't even know if it's their most populated mode, but realistic is the most famous because every content creator for this game is playing realistic. None of them play arcade.
Interesting.
Gotcha.
So there's a real like realistic players, like I mentioned earlier. They've got their nose in the air, like I'm so much better than you arcade scrubs. But yeah, I don't care. I just play it because it's fun, and it's a Twitch shooter without the Twitch. It's essentially a first-person shooter now, where I can have time to plan out how I'm playing, and I don't have to worry about rounding a corner and snapping my crosshair to their head before they eliminate me. And I'm not young enough to keep up with the kids anymore.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
Speaking of turning around a corner and snapping your
Actually, hold on. I'm going to address Mithril. Mithril, that is not a meme. I mean, it is a meme, but it has happened multiple times, and it is real. They do leak. People, every nation, Britain, China, the United States, several nations, I think even Russia has had a few, where people get in fights of how the vehicles should perform on the online forums, and it causes people to want to prove themselves right, to leak classified documents and specs of these military vehicles on these online forums to prove them right or wrong.
Wow. That's crazy. All right.
That seems wise.
Turns out
Now
it was
it's
a
Looney's
psyop
turn.
the entire time.
All right. So, speaking of turning around corners and having to snap your aim at someone's head, I'm gonna guess Team Fortress 2.
I almost got rid of that one.
Oh, okay. All I know is you're like, I almost put it in. I'm like, wait, what? It's
No,
not
no,
on
no. It is there, but
Okay.
there
Yeah.
was another
That-
game that I was just really debating which one would take precedence. But
that was the other one that I was considering, and I was
Well,
just like, I'll leave that for
Number?
Splice or Looney because
I figured that's the one you were alluding to, Baggins, because you know that me and Lizzie and Splice and also joining Pirate Petrivka, we all played
Patrivka's here.
Lizzie's here.
much TF2 together.
I'm sneaky. Hi.
I mean, in a lot of ways, I feel like if it wasn't Smash, our friendship was forged over TF2.
Mhm.
Certainly
what
with
number
Pirate.
and year?
TF2 came out in 2007. It is number 14 on this list.
Okay.
Wow, number 14.
Or the orange box.
Nope,
Yeah.
nope. I never bought the orange box.
Yep, I was
This is-
gonna
I
say
have
true.
I have a physical copy of Team Fortress 2, and it cost me just as much as the orange box would have.
Because you are you.
Because
Yeah,
I
but
am me,
actually,
and I
in
I
terms
was
of
looking.
resale value, what's more valuable now? I'm willing to bet that Team Fortress 2 is more valuable.
Who knows? Because all it did was force me to download Steam. Because I didn't want Steam. I wanted a physical copy of my dang game. I resisted Steam for at least
Yeah.
a year and a half. And I looked at the orange box and I'm like, I'm not really interested in any of these other games. I just want TF2. But TF2 is the same price as the full orange box. But I was like, I don't believe in buying things that I'm not going to. So I bought only TF2. And as a result, I now own all 3 of those other games on Steam and have played and beaten them all.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, that's the thing. I actually got Orange Box the day it came out, and that was, when I installed Steam as well, because I was not impressed with Steam prior to that as well. But that was the game that got me to install Steam.
See,
I think it was a gateway for a lot of people.
Team Fortress 2 was the gateway, and then the sales won me over because prior to a Steam sale,
those
I
sales.
had never seen a video game go on sale before, ever.
Yeah, this is true.
It never happened. They never went down in price. They just disappeared off the shelves. If they weren't selling, they either sold out or they weren't selling, and so they just.
Well, actually, I'm going to push back. I got plenty of new games that had been sitting on the shelf for over a year for $20. And a lot of those games are now worth hundreds.
Well, my parents didn't take me shopping for games very often, so I only saw new games, and so I never knew them to have ever gone on sale. So when the first Steam sale hit, it boggled my mind. It's like, wait, they can do that? That happens?
Yeah, all I know is if Team Fortress 2 wasn't on here, I was gonna be very disappointed just because of how much you derive comedy from just quoting the soldier.
Yes.
Because you actually do
Was-
have a really impressive soldier in person.
He was my most played class.
I mean, how many times... Okay, quick survey here. How many times has Breakfast told you that Sun Tzu said it?
The one
Do I
he
say
tends to
that very
quote with
often?
me is what he does with me is more like, "Don't you do it? Don't you even think about doing it?"
Yeah, that's the one I think of more.
Although my favorite quote, I think, from the soldier is, Scotland is not a real country. You are an Englishman in a dress. That was during the friend update.
Oh, the friend update. Was that when they also had the weird glitch with the overtime?
Yes. Oh,
That was
overtime.
overtime. It was so good.
Oh, right.
All I know is a man who mostly played engineer. That update was hell.
Oh, I bet. No, I tried my hardest to make the demo man win, but alas. Unfortunately, Breakfast was making that harder for me. I was trying to counteract Breakfast. I'm not sure I succeeded.
Like, I went through phases in TF2. I started out predominantly playing Scout. And then I switched to Soldier. And then I picked up Sniper. And Sniper was my main for quite a while. but eventually I moved on. I just kind of went through each. The only ones that were throughout the entire time were heavy and medic. I would, as needed, switch to a heavier medic. But the one I predominantly played was constantly evolving. So after Sniper, I eventually picked up Demo Man. I loved the lock and load. It was my favorite thing. It was the 2-shot contact only grenade launcher.
You just wanted to play Demo Man like a soldier.
Pretty much, but it had a massive blast
with an
radius,
arc,
and I could clear an entire cart with 2 well-placed pipes, and or a level 3 sentry. That's all it took, 2 pipes. And then I switched to Pyro, and Terrible Barbecue taught me how to play him. And the old Puff and Sting.
Say his full name, please.
The Terrible Barbecue,
No.
00.
No.
with the doctor.
It's Dr. Agent The Terrible Barbecue, PhD 006.
Look, on my friends list, he's only listed as the Terrible Barbecue now, so.
Things got out of control. Dr.
He
Agent
did earn that
The
He did earn that PhD.
He did, and he was gonna make everyone acknowledge it. Dang it!
And then the last class I ended up playing was the Spy, where I ran around with the Eternal Reward that I renamed the Shadow Blade.
Gorman.
No, that was the Sniper. What were you saying, Splice? I interrupted. Sorry.
Oh, no, it's just yeah. But that's like the fun of the Agent Clan back in the day. It was just the running gags.
Yeah.
And the fact that you know what was going to happen because who was playing on what team, and the fact that you had certain timers in your head, like, wait a minute, I haven't seen Al Smooth die in a while. Shenanigans.
Yeah.
The fact that I could hear Splice decloak behind me no matter how far away he was.
And the
I
occasional
decloaked
ghost
from Texas
stories.
one time and he still killed me.
Ghost was the only spy I never really could get a handle on, but he was Ghost. He was Ghost.
I got a little bit of ghost training when he accepted the friend request, but I think he's since, cleaned out his friends list. But it was good. Good times. TF2 is great because often in a lot of games, like Smash, there's only you try and play a lot of characters, but there's really only a few that you get good at and have a lot of fun at. I feel like TF2, their classes are kind of designed such that most people will enjoy playing over half the classes.
Well, and on top of it, because of the push and pull of the map, most people can end up enjoying a class they wouldn't normally enjoy because things get too heavy one way or another. Because that's the whole thing with the Sniper and Spy. You need one Sniper, you need one Spy. The Sniper to keep people honest coming around corners, the Spy to make sure they don't just get to plow forward the entire time and they need to be checking their back.
Yeah.
But as soon as you start getting overloaded on one of those, the dynamics of everything change, and suddenly things you aren't good at could be good.
And because the teams were 12 versus 12, you had a little leeway to experiment.
Yes. This is why I still think TF2 is by far the superior game compared to Overwatch.
Yes.
Because I think 6v6 and 5v5 is just it's too small. It doesn't give that much room for people to experiment around. It's if you make a mistake, you get really toxic people.
And then everyone gets mad at you.
Right. Heaven forbid you pick the wrong class.
Whereas in TF2, it's like, whatever. It's like, okay. They only get mad at you once there's 3 snipers or 3 spies. Other than that, they don't care as long as they have one of everything. And if you're the one who
if you start losing, then they start getting irate.
And it's like you could switch teams whenever, you can quit the match whenever, you could join the match whenever. Like, it's so much more just gaming friendly in general. Yeah. So yeah, I still think TF2 is the superior team shooter.
Esports has ruined game development.
Yeah, kind of has.
Yep.
Especially when the execs decide esports is the game development.
Well, that's what I mean. It has completely changed the MO of how developers approach their game, especially when they're trying to make it esports ready. Now, luckily, that fad seems to be dying out in recent years, but during that period of time, they would balance games around professionals leaving the casual players to just kind of, okay, yeah, you balance this thing because it was overpowered in a very specific way that there's no way in heck I am ever going to be able to figure out how to use. But because you had to balance it for that, now I can't use it at all. So
Yeah.
Well, we've spent
enough
half
time
an hour
here.
on 3 games, so we probably need to move it a little bit.
I assure you, most of these games, the rest of you will have very little to say on them.
But that'll be very interesting. Anyway.
All right, who's next? Lizzie or Pirate?
I guess I'll go. I'll go with
go
the
ahead,
easy
Lizzie.
one. Mega Man.
Mega Man is not on this list.
No Mega Man?
I
No-
didn't say no
none of
Mega
the-
Man.
okay.
Yeah, he just
I
said
don't-
Mega
Oh,
Man.
you.
I was just saying the
I was
franchise
gonna
because I
table
don't know
flip, and all I
number.
have is a desk.
Look, I told you at the beginning I'm keeping it to 1 game per franchise,
Well, yes,
but I am going to be specific as to which game that is in the franchise.
I wasn't here at the beginning. I was just throwing out a franchise.
Okay, I said I tried to keep it 1 game per franchise and 1 game per genre, but there
I
are
think Splice
some
would probably be
exceptions to
best
that.
to guess
Well,
on this
that-
on which
and-
one, but my personal guess would be
well, not
3.
yeah, it's not your it's
Yeah.
not your turn.
Well, I'm
yet.
just thinking,
Well, no,
I don't
so
think
let's
anyone
all
would
get-
say
let's
Mega
all
Man
get-
1.
Let's all get guesses in here.
Oh, gosh. I know
I
which
don't-
one I'd say for me, but for breakfast, I don't know if that's this.
I wouldn't bother. I barely know Mega Man franchise myself, so.
Yeah. I don't know. Should we guess? Like,
Yeah, let's get some guesses out there.
Okay, I think I would say 3.
That's what
Baggins already said 3,
Oh, you said
and you
3.
said you said no.
and no, I haven't responded to that.
Oh,
one yet.
okay.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
no, so let's just get this all out. My
All
guess,
right, all right.
my guess would be 5, and I have a backup.
You're both wrong.
I'm going to say Battle Network.
You are very wrong.
Wow. That was wrong.
So then my backup guess is X.
No, also wrong.
Okay.
Hmm.
Now,
I know
three
personally-
is and was for the longest time my favorite game in the franchise.
Okay.
It is my favorite, but because of the whole you have to play this to get me, it's not the game that I picked for this.
Okay.
That's fair.
Okay.
So that's
'Cause I know-
that's why I said 5, because you have long held out that Mega Man 5 is underrated.
Mega Man 5 is underrated, and it's also the game that has my favorite Mega Buster because the sprite is huge, and even though it doesn't technically do any more damage, there are a lot more enemies that die to one shot with it. So Mega Man 5, and the music is underrated. Mega Man 5, I do feel, is underrated, but it was starting to get lost in that whole, late NES games kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay. I know.
But,
I know.
but
For
each
me,
Mega Man
personally-
has a special place in my heart for different reasons.
Okay. How about 2? Because that'd be the one I would pick for myself.
We could just
If
do
I
an
had to
episode
choose a
all on
Mega
Mega Man.
It is not 2.
It's not 2. Okay.
We could do an episode on Mega Man and
Just
just-
let breakfast cook.
Now, to be
it's just
fair,
gonna be me at breakfast, and I'm
okay,
just gonna
I'm going
interview.
to make things a little easier. The only 2 Mega Man series that I'm really a fan of are the classic and X games.
Yes.
I don't play Battle Network or Star Force. I played Battle Network 1 once, but I'm in Mega Man for the jumpy shooty. And Battle Network is not jumpy shooty. Neither is
Well, it's
Network
not.
Transmission.
That's why I could play it better.
Do you consider Mega Man and Forte or
Rockman and Forte.
Or
Oh
base-
man,
You're mixing the names up,
Ah!
Looney. it's Mega Man and Bass and Rockman and Forte. Get it
Okay,
right.
Thank you.
Well,
Thank you.
Mega Man and bases doesn't count, so it can't be that.
It's not that one, but I do consider it, yes, one of the games. Although it's
so
probably
is
the one that I
considered one of
played the least.
classic. Because I know I used to call that Mega Man 8 until they actually came out with the Mega Man 8.
Actually, no, Rockman and Forte was released after Mega Man 8.
Really? Or
Yep.
Or did I call
Mega
it
Man-
9?
Mega
I
Man
don't
8
know.
came first.
So what's the answer?
Pirate hasn't guessed a game yet.
All right.
I said Battle Network. I said Battle Network.
Okay, fine.
Okay, is it 6? I don't know.
No.
No, that's
6
okay.
is Splice's pick.
No, so if I had to
Yeah.
guess, it's gonna be X2 or X3 then.
Also
Oh.
both wrong.
Really?
part of me is
X4?
wondering if it's
X4? I love X4. Is it X4?
It's not X4.
Oh man.
okay. Is it 9?
Not 9.
Okay, I was just thinking because it's a punishing one, and I know you like to.
Wait, you wouldn't pick 7, would you?
I will pick
Oh,
7.
I was gonna
And
say, I think
did
seven's the
pick
only one I
seven.
would've said.
Whoa!
I was assured from Brental Floss that 7 sucks big dinosaur balls.
7 is one of the most hated games in the series.
Yes.
Which is why I picked it. Because to get me, you have to play them all. Now, that being said, 7
I like it.
7 is my second most favorite game in the franchise. I didn't like it at first. I didn't like how the sprites were bigger. I didn't like the sound. I still don't like the sound effects. Mega Man's pea shooter sounds way too dainty. They could have used something better there. But Mega Man 7 does have one aspect that I very much enjoy. It has some of the most fun robot masters to fight, especially if you're not using their weakness. If you're using their weakness, then you can stun lock them, and that's cheap. But that was like one of the first games to do that.
What number in years that?
Yes. Mega Man 7 is number 5 in 1995.
Did that come out before or after X?
It came out after X. In fact, it was, 95. The PlayStation was a
It was
thing
the
by
same,
the time
wasn't
7
it?
came out. No, Mega Man X came out in like 92.
Did it? Okay, I didn't realize it was that long ago.
The PlayStation was a thing in 95.
Yeah, I thought X was longer, or was later.
Okay, no, sorry. Mega Man X was released in 93.
Okay.
Even so, I thought it was like 94.
Because I was about to say, I thought that X came out first because 7 had like cutscenes that was not present in X.
There aren't really any cutscenes. The cutscenes, the game, the Mega Man game with the best cutscenes is actually the Game Boy number 4. Has some fantastic
it's like when you
cutscenes.
select them that had, I don't know. I remember it had, more involved cutscenes than the other ones.
Which one had Dr. Wily?
That was 8.
That was 8. That was 8. And I love 8. Gosh dang it!
Oh no, I love 8 too. I love all the
Cheesy
classic
acting and
Mega Man
everything.
games.
I love 8. Oh my gosh!
I love 8. 8
Voice
has
acting. Oh,
8
man.
has a charm that I enjoy, and in fact, I've always wanted to get my hands on a copy of the Saturn version because it has 2 additional fights that the PlayStation version does not have.
Well, as long as it's not Mighty Number 9, I think we're fine.
The more I played Mighty Number 9, the more it did grow on me, but I won't ignore its flaws.
And like with 8, a
And
lot
I-
of
and
people
I'm-
bag on the music and the Robot Masters, and I still like them. I still love them.
I'm actually disappointed that Mighty Number 9 is never going to go anywhere because I was kind of invested in the story. I wanted to see where it went.
Yeah,
But that's a whole nother thing. But so Mega Man 7 is the one I picked because you have to know Mega Man 7 to get my love of Mega Man.
All right. Okay.
Right.
Gotta keep you guessing. Pirate Guess Battle Network, I guess.
No,
I guess we're off Mega Man now, so now Pirate gets his official
Pirate's got
guess.
to have like some old computer guess because that's one of the things you two share.
So I am going to go. Problem is, I didn't play. I only played one version or one entry into this franchise, but I'm pretty sure you have a Mech Warrior on this list.
You gonna guess one?
I'm gonna guess Mech Warrior 3.
Mech Warrior 3 might be my favorite Mech Warrior game. And I'm very frustrated, but it's not on the list. It's not the one I picked.
Ooh.
Mech Warrior 3, and the problem I have with, I have a physical copy of Mech Warrior 3. I have not been able to play that game in decades because trying to get it running on modern hardware is impossible. And I've tried several times, and I've never gotten it to because they tied the render rate to the frame rate.
Yeah, that was a thing that they were doing. Even 4, they did that.
But Mech Warrior 3,
have you tried Lutris?
It was on. No, I haven't because my laptop. I don't have an optical drive on my laptop. But I might give that a try. That might actually work. But
because other people done the work for you.
Mech Warrior 3 is very dear to my heart. I love it to death, but it is not on the list. You are right, though. There is a mech warrior.
There is a mech warrior. I mean, like knowing you, there has to be a mech warrior, but I didn't know which one it would be, to be perfectly honest, because I only have played 4 personally.
I've only played 2. Yeah.
I haven't played any.
Well, we're back to you, Splice. You want to take another crack at it?
1.
No, I've never actually played Mech Warrior 1. That game is so esoteric.
I think that leaves only one more.
Guess 5 Baggins. Do it.
Sorry, I have no familiarity with Mech Warrior, so
Yeah. So
I only have a little bit.
What'd you pick, Breakfast?
Am I just going to have to give it to you?
Yeah.
Well, okay. Well, or should I? Okay, then I'll guess 2 before we move on from guessing.
Yes, but no.
Yes, but no. Okay.
What?
The expansion?
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, is this some
it
like
was
weird
not an
in-betweener?
expansion. It was not an expansion. It was a standalone game.
Oh, really? But
Mech Warrior 2 Mercenaries was
Mercenaries.
a standalone game.
It was one of the mercenaries. Dang it! I was
Mech
afraid
Warrior
that
2
you'd pull something like that.
Is number 7 at 1996, released for the PC. It was a Christmas gift, and I actually spoiled the Christmas gift because I walked in on my brother installing it and trying to get it to run on our desktop.
Was that your first world spoiling?
Yeah, I was gonna say what was called foreshadowing for events to come. Breakfast spoiled Christmas.
You did have a joystick, right? I mean, I think these games are
No, I played
with a
Mech Warrior
keyboard?
2 with a keyboard. I played every game with the keyboard, with the exception of some games that I won't mention because they may be
I know there's another one that I'm just like, how?
I played almost everything with the keyboard because it was all I had.
Even Melee? No, just kidding.
That's
I played
insane.
Mega Man with a keyboard.
Yeah, he's done that.
In fact, I just beat Hollow Knight, and I played that with the keyboard.
Yeah, I gotta say, when you showed up to Smash League with the
I did not play Smash Brothers with a keyboard.
The keyboard controller that was for what was the game? Was it the keyboard controller? It was a Dreamcast game. I forget.
Mithril, you're not wrong.
Anyway.
So why Mech Warrior 2 Mercenaries?
Mech Warrior 2, well, it was my first introduction to BattleTech as a setting. I had no idea what it was.
Oh, so it was your first.
So in this case, yes, it was because it was a first. And I just absolutely fell in love with that game. I loved big stompy robots walking through cities, blowing up buildings, blowing up each other, except for those blasted elementals. The only way I could kill those dang things was using PPCs and splash damage.
This game made you use PCP? That's terrible.
PPCs, also known as particle projectile cannons. They were energy-based projectile weapons. And
jump jets.
Splash damage.
And jump jets.
And
So
jump jets. Well, I was never able to pull off a DFA, though. Which
so cool if you can.
The rest of you is called Death from Above. It's when you jump your mech into the air and land on another enemy mech, and you instantly deal crit damage to the cockpit and kill the pilot.
Nice.
But it's very, very difficult to do.
It doesn't sound easy, I'll say that.
And ever since I ran into that first instructor, what was his name? Deadeye. Shoot me even once, and I'll turn that can of beer you call a mech into scrap. Oh, but yes, Mech Warrior 2 Mercenaries was
Did they have actors in that one?
There was voice acting. It was limited, but it
just
was there.
voice acting. Now, Mech Warrior 4 had like full actors, like the FMV and everything.
Yeah,
Mech
Warrior 3 didn't.
Really
but
ridiculous.
Mech Warrior 4 did, and I didn't care for that. There was only
It was not good.
there were some series that I actually liked that in, but Mech Warrior was not one of them.
No, that was not a good one.
Wait, what feature?
Live action cutscenes.
Live action, live action actors. Yeah. It was a big thing towards the late 90s. A lot of games, PC games,
was
usually.
Mark Hamill one of them?
Oh gosh.
Yeah, well, not Mech Warrior.
That's not Mech Warrior.
He was in the Wing Commander franchise.
That's
he was
what
the
it
main
was.
character.
Wing Commander.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I broached the subject, is Wing Commander on this list?
Hey! Wait till or is it? I guess
It is. It is Slice's
Dang
turn.
it.
Yeah, as long as it says turn, and
I know which one I want to guess. I know which one I want.
You
to
go
guess.
ahead.
So
I do
Because I
too.
don't know the specifics.
I don't know the specifics as well either.
Again, my short list was extensive, and I'm going to go ahead and throw you all a bone. There is no Wing Commander on this list.
Oh, there's no
Oh.
Wing Commander.
Oh, I think I might know then.
Okay,
what
Go,
you
go
have
ahead.
instead.
No, go ahead.
I was
go
gonna
ahead.
guess though. I was going to guess if it's a Wing Commander that it was going to be specifically, what's it called? Wing Commander. Oh shoot! Am I mixing up games now?
Get a privateer, aren't you?
Privateer. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I would,
did-
if we're going specifics, I probably would have guessed 3. I think
I would have guessed 3 too.
I've
guess
actually,
privateer.
I've actually never played 3.
Huh?
I've never gotten the chance to play 3, and I own a copy of 4. But by the time I got a hold of that while I was on my mission in Mexico because they were having a yard sale, and I actually have a special copy because there is a misprint on the box.
Ooh.
Oh, nice.
But again, when I got
Shiny.
home, I could never get it running. So I've never played 4 either. However, Prophecy does hold a place in my heart because it was the first game that I bought and played that it was 2 firsts for me. It was the first game that required a video card. And I worked at a scout camp one summer and saved up all my money to buy a Voodoo 3 3000. It was my first video card specifically so I could play Wing Commander Prophecy because I'd been
Voodoo.
holding
Wow.
holding on to that game for almost a year before I
You
could
played
actually
Wing
play it.
Commander on a keyboard. That's incredible.
No, I had a joystick
Oh
for
my
Wing
God.
Oh,
Commander.
okay. I was gonna say,
Oh
like,
my
that's
gosh.
ridiculous.
But,
Oh my goodness.
but
Voodoo 3D. That is a deep cut. Holy cow.
it was also the first game that I ever bought that required more than a gigabyte of hard drive space. And my dad looked at that during the installation and he balked.
It's like,
What are
ugh.
you doing? Why is it a gigabyte? In fact, once I beat the game, I had to uninstall it. So my dad
Like, it's taking up too much space.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
So,
But
that-
of the Wing Commanders, the one, if I was going to pick one, 2 would have been the one on my
Okay.
list.
So
okay.
it wasn't even Privateer. Oh well. Okay.
okay, so with that out of the way, there is one game I really feel needs to be guessed.
Yeah, but it's not your turn.
Yes, I didn't actually really guess because
You-
don't worry about it. So the point is, I have to guess Fatal.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm using streamer privilege. It's great. But Fatal Fury. Is there a Fatal Fury? Because I only know one game title.
Technically, yes, but no.
Okay.
Oh
I
boy.
remember there's a weird.
And I'm going to go ahead and say it's not a King of Fighters game either.
Okay, that's.
I know
That
which
would've
one.
been my
I know which
guess.
one you're trying to remember.
It is
though.
in the Fatal Fury franchise, but it is not referred to as Fatal Fury.
I know. I think it's
And the
it's
Fatal
one we're thinking
Cosmere.
of, right?
Okay, because the
Right,
only one
Slice?
I know the title of is City of Wolves.
And that's the new one, but no, it's not City of
Oh,
Wolves. Although,
okay.
and that is technically called Fatal Fury 4.
Okay.
Or 5, actually. It's Fatal
All
Fury
I
5.
know is when
I know which
when
one
they
it is.
announced Terry for Smash, I'm like, oh my goodness, the only fan I know is going to be excited.
Okay, now, my top 3 video game characters, one you have already guessed is Mega Man. He's actually number 3 on that list. Harry Bogart is my second favorite video game character of any
Yeah.
franchise.
There are dozens of us.
Doesn't.
And my number 1 favorite video game character does not actually have a game on this list. I had to cut
Oh
it.
wow. I'm trying to think who your favorite video game
Who your
character is. If
favorite
it's not
character
Terry.
Captain Falcon.
He's number 4. Close.
Well, he'd be on Smash.
Captain Falcon.
If he had more personality, I might be able to bump him up, but
That down air has all the personality you need. Did you not see
I
my
was gonna say,
thumbnail?
you're telling me he doesn't have personality?
well, okay.
Wow.
Okay,
Show you.
let me rephrase that. If he had more character.
Oh, but yeah, no. Look at that thumbnail and tell me he doesn't have personality. That dare has enough
You're right.
personality. For
You are
most
right.
Call of Duty
You are
games.
absolutely right. Yes, he has personality through the roof, but
He wants you to show me your moves.
his character is very limited because story
It's a
mode is
racing
not
game.
really a thing in F-Zero.
Indeed.
So who's your
Okay.
favorite character then? Like I feel like we got to finish this this thought.
I'll tell you after you've guessed all the games.
Okay.
This
Okay,
character
okay.
arc.
Make us wait for it.
Look, I've already told you that there's no game on the list, and if I tell you who it is, that's going to eliminate several guesses.
That's okay.
Fair enough. Fair argument.
Such a
All right.
tease, breakfast.
No.
Fine. My
So what's
favorite
next?
video game character is J.C. Denton.
Okay, that makes sense.
Oh my God, JC, a bomb!
Yeah.
Look, the flaws of that game aside, what I love about J.C. Denton...
how hyped are you, by the way, for the remake?
Oh, it's... We're not going to talk about the remake.
Oh no!
But yeah, now I think about it, I should have. That is one that I don't know. It hadn't crossed my mind, but it should have. But I guess we know it's not on the list. All right.
What I love about J.C. Denton is it doesn't matter what decision you as a player makes. He is 100% confident it was the right decision, and he is going to own up to it. And I love him for it.
Yeah.
Okay, but before we take our next guess, I think Mithril should get his guess in chat.
Well, now we have to wait for the delay. Mithril, go ahead. Or
No, he's
Mithril
already made
just-
it. He's already made a guess.
Oh, did he?
Oh,
He said Descent.
Well, that wasn't a guess. He was just in now.
Well,
just,
yeah, not
Mithril,
really a guess, but
I did
No,
play
he said
Descent with the
did it make
keyboard.
the list? Is what he was talking about.
Did he?
Descent, and then he said, did it make the list?
Oh, yeah. Aftermath.
oh yeah, I guess.
Short list, Mithril, but I had to cut Descent. I played Descent a lot as a child.
You
I
were
loved
a
that
dissenter.
game. I was a dissenter, and I did play it with a keyboard. My up-down strafe keys were Q and E.
Man,
No, actually, Q and E were my side-to-side strafe. My up-down strafe keys were 9 and 7.
How natural.
I played Descent too, but not to the extent that Breakfast did.
Hey, I played it too. Not to the extent that Breakfast did.
I played Descent
My
1.
computer
I
could
played
barely
Descent
handle
2.
Descent.
I played Descent 3. I loved them all.
Yeah, my computer. I tried playing Descent, and it was a slideshow.
And I never got
Yeah, it made unworthy PCs cry for sure.
My mother preferred I played Descent because it wasn't as gruesome as Doom.
it makes sense. All right.
Clang?
Okay.
Did you say Clang?
Is it? I think it's Was it Baggins' turn or Looney's turn?
I don't know. I got 2 guesses ready to go, but
I think it's Baggins' turn
it's
because
Baggins' turn.
Splice cut and
Yes, it did. It
and
was
gave
awesome.
2 guesses.
All right, my guess
Slicing
is going to
Moken
be.
privilege here.
Well, hang on. I need to look up and see when it came out. One thing.
You don't have. I have the name. I have the number. Just go ahead.
No, I just want to see if it came out within the range. Okay, no, the one I was going to guess is not in the range. Okay, I'm going to do a. I'm going to go for Earthbound.
No, Earthbound is not on that list.
As much as he loves to play Ness and Smash,
He's talked about Mother and Mother 3. Like he's talked about the series for extensively with me before. So
I've never played Mother 3 actually.
but you've talked about it is what I'm saying.
I have talked about, and I have played Earthbound, and I did enjoy Earthbound. I never finished Earthbound. I got hung up.
I'm in the same spot.
I got hung up trying to find the secret weapon for Pooh.
Okay.
It was a character name, not the little thing for you listeners out there.
no, I know. Of course, that's the thing. It's like I felt proud that I got it, but now that I'm married to Lizzie, who's been doing shiny hunting, I feel like a whiny baby for even complaining about it.
But
Hey, Lizzie, how
I
many went for that Padov?
Oh, way over. It was bad. And it's not even my worst hunt anymore.
Oh no.
Okay, well that's one that we talked about before, but if it's not on the list, it's not on the
I
list.
do
Yeah,
enjoy
yeah.
playing Ness and
Okay.
Smash Brothers, but it's not on the list. There's only one
Okay.
RPG on this list, but there is an RPG on the list.
Only one.
Oh.
Oh, interesting.
Okay.
I've
It's not
never
really
been
his
the
genre.
biggest RPG.
Yeah,
RPG.
It's
fan.
not really your genre, I know.
Yeah.
I know that there are some that you have liked though, so interesting.
Okay. So yeah, Mithril, the Sword of Kings is 1 out of 256, which isn't bad at all compared to shiny. All right. I'll hold off on my next guess because I'll finish Splice's thought because he can't remember the name. But this is the one Splice is thinking of. It's called Garou, Mark of the Wolf.
Mark of the Wolves is on the list. It is number 8.
Oh man,
at November,
I'm ashamed. That's the name of your amiibo.
November 20th, 1999.
Wow. All right, I'm gonna need an explainer here. I've never heard of this.
It is technically
Fatal
Fatal
Fury.
Fury 4. but it
What-
was
sorry,
never
what
referred
number?
to as Fatal. It's number 8, November 28th, 1999 was the release date. And I'm going to give you a hint. When I give you the month and day, it's because the year has
It's
more than
another
one
year,
game
yeah.
in it.
Wasn't that the name of a Klingon from Star Trek? Gauro?
No, that's Galron.
I don't know.
No, that's
Close.
Gowron, and he
But-
had
I mean, you know, it's not that far.
I have played a number of fighting games, mostly in the King of Fighters and Fatal Fury franchise, some in the Street Fighter, although I never picked up Street Fighter all that much, and very little in Mortal Kombat. I've never cared for the Mortal Kombat series. But my favorite and my most played fighting game is actually probably King of Fighters 98, but Gauro Mark of the Wolves was one of the games that cemented Terry Bogard as my second most favorite character. And then King of Fighters 13 just upped the ante. And I have been so mad for so long because King of Fighters, while it is fun, none of the guest characters are allowed to develop because they are guests. So they can't affect the primary story in any meaningful way, and they can't learn anything because they won't be able to take what they've learned back to their original series. So for the longest time, up until earlier this year, Mark of the Wolves was the last game in the Fatal Fury franchise, and it was the last game that developed Terry Bogard as a character. But it is such a good game. It was broken as all get out. Don't get me wrong. The top players of that game have twisted that engine 6 ways to Sunday. But it is also one of my favorite examples of coders knowing what to do with hardware that they are familiar with. If you compare Fatal Fury 1, which looks like a Super Nintendo game on the Neo Geo hardware, which was a 24-bit system. So you had Super Nintendo at 16 bits, you had Neo Geo at 24, and then the PlayStation 1 at 32. And if you compare Fatal Fury 1, it looked like a Super Nintendo game. And if you compare that with Gauro Mark of the Wolves looks like a PlayStation 1 game. And that's because the Neo Geo had a 15-year run span almost. And Mark of the Wolves was at about year 8 or 9. But by that point, the programmers knew what they were doing with that hardware, and they made that hardware do things with that game that they didn't ever think was possible, just because they were so familiar with it. But it's also just oozing charm and personality, and I love this game to death.
Wait, is one of the characters named Butt?
Yes.
Okay.
In Japan,
The
this
black
is
guy?
Yes. In Japan, I think he's actually Hispanic. In Japan, his name is Marco Rodriguez. But for some reason, when they ported it over to none of the other characters got renamed, but he got renamed to Kushnud Butt. For reasons we do not understand. Now, in the newest game that just came out this year, he is, again, Marco Rodriguez.
Okay.
But the way I always explain it is, in Mexico, culturally, they technically use 4 names. They use a first name, a middle name, and then their father's surname, and then their mother's surname. But more colloquially, you only ever use the first and then their father's surname. But if you go by Mexican naming conventions, then you can have his name be Marco Kushnud Rodriguez Butt. And to me, that's his canonical name.
All right.
Man, that went in a different direction than I thought the conversation was going to go, but I'm glad it went there. All right,
we should probably.
Lizzie?
But this is my fighting game pick, so there are no more fighting games on this list.
Okay.
I mean, excepting Smash Brothers, I guess. But yeah.
Well, is Smash Brothers a fighting game?
Platform.
Smash Brothers is its own genre.
Are we gonna have this discussion now?
Age-old question.
It's a fighting game. Anyway, Lizzie, it's your turn.
Okay, I'm kind of drawing a blank, but based on some of my childhood memories and you saying there's an RPG, I'm going to say Phantasy Star Online that you used to play at our house.
Oh, I didn't actually like that game. I only played because you guys wanted to.
Okay, fair enough.
Wait, Phantasy Star Online. That's where he got the keyboard controller for Smash.
I'll go ahead and narrow it
Holy
down.
Tim.
The RPG game is a GameCube game.
Ah,
I
yeah.
know which one it is.
I think I know which one too.
Well,
And
it's your
Lizzie,
turn,
you know which one
pirate.
it is too.
I think I know the series. I don't know.
If you want to make your guess, pirate, it's your turn.
Well, I wanted to guess something else, so I will
Okay, okay.
leave it to Looney. I'm gonna go with Star Wars X-wing.
Short list, not X-Wing.
Oh man, I thought for sure you would have a Star Wars Flight Simulator.
No.
Well, I do, but it's not X-Wing.
it's not X-Men. I know what it is.
Then I know 100% what it is, and
I absolutely.
I thought you played the older one and got into that, but boy, okay.
No, I didn't play X-Wing until after I played.
Oh well, then. Okay.
Go ahead and grab
Okay.
it. Like it's
Okay,
fine.
I'll go
It's
ahead.
TIE Fighter. It's TIE
Yeah,
Fighter.
TIE Fighter.
It's
It's TIE
freaking
Fighter.
TIE Fighter.
Number
Star
and year.
Wars TIE Fighter number 6 came out in 1994.
Game is
And-
glorious.
As soon
A
as you
glorious
said
game.
Star Wars, I was just like, it's not X-Wing, it's TIE Fighter.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, it's not because I have any particular love for the Empire, but I do feel that
Oh, come on.
TIE Fighter
Dude.
fixed a lot of the problems that X-Wing had. But okay, my story with TIE
every
Fighter
single
is,
one of the friends I know that played those two games said TIE Fighter's the superior game.
TIE Fighter is the superior game.
For sure.
But
I mean, it came out
X-Wing
later.
has its charm. But the thing about TIE Fighters, the fighters are much more fragile because they don't have shields. But the thing is I got a taste of TIE Fighter before I owned it. And I went to, and this is why TIE Fighter's on the list, because my dad took me to Costco and I saw that shelf full of PC games. And I saw 2 games in particular. I saw Wing Commander, the Kilrathi Saga, and I saw TIE Fighter. And I sat there for 20 minutes trying to figure out which one I wanted to buy, because I could only get one. And I ended up picking up TIE Fighter. And I could not
Did
play
you
that
see any gameplay? Was there anything?
I
like
played the game.
Okay, so you had played
I don't
it.
remember how, but one of my friends, I guess, had showed it to me, and I had been able to play the game, and I was hooked because I was big into Star Wars at this time. I was reading the expanded universe.
It was a great time to be
I
into
was
Star Wars. My
diving
intro
into
to
Star Wars.
my intro to expanded universe came through TIE Fighter actually.
I started reading the Thrawn trilogy when in 3rd grade.
Oh,
But-
nice.
But I picked up TIE Fighter and I brought it home and proceeded to not be able to play it for 2 years because it was incompatible with my computer.
Oh, it required some
Oh.
fiddling with the freaking auto exec.
I fiddled with that. And this was the same problem I had with Wing Commander 2, which I had a copy of but could not play because I fiddled and fiddled and fiddled and we could not figure out what configuration would get it to run on my system. My system was capable of running it, but it took me forever. I can get TIE Fighter running on my current computer more easily than I could on my computer back then. But once I got that game running, I tore into it. And it is
It's
the only
so
Star
good.
Wars game that I have beaten every which way you can.
Did you have the collector's edition?
I do have the collector's edition.
Yeah, that had all the expanded campaigns and
Although there was one thing I didn't like about the collector's edition, because TIE Fighter had variable music.
Oh, that's right. They just went to the static MP3s basically. Yeah.
They use MIDIs, and the MIDIs would play different tunes and different.
When you shot down an enemy craft or when you lost one of your own, it was awesome.
Or when a friendly would jump in, or when an enemy would jump in.
Yeah.
A tune would play, and so you knew just by listening to the music what was going on. Right. And when they made the collector's edition, they got rid of that and they just replaced it with stock Star Wars.
Yeah, that's right. They
just
did
ripped
change
straight
that.
from the movies.
I mean, they had voiceover, which was pretty good, but yeah, they did mess up the music.
I always had the voiceover because I had the CD-ROM version.
Oh, you had okay,
and it had
okay.
voices.
Wow. I had
It
to
was
work my
something
way
to
up to
do-
that.
It was something to do with EMS memory.
Yes,
fact,
it was
when
EMS memory. Yes.
When I got a hold of X-Wing, I could play X-Wing, but I couldn't play TIE Fighter.
TIE Fighter had an odd.
Nuts.
It had an odd requirement. I don't know enough about the technical details of why, but yeah, it required fiddling.
But now, TIE Fighter is not my first space combat flight simulator. That would be Wing Commander 1. And it's certainly not the last. I love space combat flight simulators. Multiple Wing Commander games, the Free Space series, Free Lancer, Star Lancer.
Star Citizen.
We're not talking
And
about
Elite Dangerous, right? Elite Dangerous.
Much to Looney's chagrin, no.
Because he was a Star Citizen.
Well, you haven't played it yet, right?
I haven't played it yet.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
And then there's one that I almost put on just because it's got so much personality. It's called Tacky on the Fringe. And the main character is played by Bruce Campbell.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's fun.
That's fun.
And that game, there's actually technically two games, because while there are some mission overlap, at the very beginning of the game, you're accused of something that you didn't do, and the story diverges depending on how you choose to react to it. And so the main story missions are different, so you have to play the game twice to get through all of it. But the side quests and stuff overlap. So it's not two fully different games, but the story is very different depending on how you make that initial decision.
All right, cool.
Well, I believe it's my turn, and I was trying to think of a game that you played a lot of while you were here, and one came to mind. Now, the timeline might not work for this list, but I want to throw it out there anyway. Is Dust and Elysian Tale on this?
Dust and Elysian Tale is not on this list. There is only one Metroidvania on this list, but it's not the one you just thought of.
Okay. I just remember you got really into that for a little bit.
Okay, at this point, Metroidvanias are probably my favorite genre. 2D Metroidvania style platformers. Like I just went through Hollow Knight a second time. I'm going through Silk Song now, but if I had to crunch it all down to one game, it was a very, very difficult decision.
Yeah,
but,
I remember because you actually did like fan art for it and stuff, so I knew you.
That actually wasn't Dust.
Oh,
I did
now
fan
I know
art
what
for
the
something
RPG
else.
is.
I know. Yeah, I know.
As soon as you said fan art, I figured it out.
Well, okay. Okay, actually, you know what, Lizzie? I was gonna wait for you to be able to guess it. I wasn't gonna guess it because I'm like, you should get it. I had a hint to give you because I was gonna say the hint I was gonna give you, Lizzie, is that we have a limited edition censored version.
Censored?
Wait, what? This game didn't need
It was
censorship?
censored?
Yeah.
Okay, you're gonna have to explain that one. But moving on.
Yeah, when we get there.
Looney, I believe it's Baggins' turn.
Well, I was gonna guess the RPG, but if Lizzie wants to guess it, I have others that I can guess instead.
All right, make a guess.
This is a tough one. There's some that I'm like, I know I've had conversations with you about it, but I don't know if it'd end up on the list. Okay, this is one that you and I have had conversations about. Most of the others are outside of the date range. I'm going to guess ActRaiser.
I do love ActRaiser
because I know that the master has been on your short list for new Smash characters before.
I think he would be a fantastic addition.
I agree. I actually
agree.
just did another playthrough of ActRaiser. I was telling Splice. I think it might be the game.
You asked me about Population just recently.
Yeah.
Do you like
I think
remake?
it might be the game that I've beaten the most.
I only got to play the remake for a brief period of time while I was visiting Baggins like a year or two ago. So
it's okay. I prefer the original. Vastly prefer the original.
Okay.
But ActRaiser is not on my list.
Okay. Now,
In fact, I will go ahead and throw you another bone.
No more Super Nintendo?
There's one more Super Nintendo game.
One
on
more
my
Super
list.
Nintendo.
okay. Now, the next one I had, I think you might have already crossed off the list because you mentioned a bunch of space combat games, but it's taken up now by TIE Fighter. Because the one I was going to guess was Freelancer, but
yeah, Freelancers.
You already mentioned Freelancer by name, so that's out.
I eliminated it as a genre. So go ahead and take another swing.
All right. I know, like I said, I know the RPG for sure, but I'm gonna let Lizzie take that one.
I'll say I think I know the RPG, and I would have guessed it, but
it's a good game, Mithril. You should give it a try if you get a chance.
But a Super Nintendo game. I should try and guess the Metroidvania. I'm just trying to think.
I don't think you guys are going to get the Metroidvania. I think I'm going to have to reveal that one on my own.
Because that's one I'm like, okay, I don't think it's a Castlevania. I don't think you're as into the Castlevania as I am.
I have played several of them, but I'm not as into the Castlevania. I still haven't played Symphony of the Night.
Yeah, and it's probably one of your newer ones, but still, since 2012 is your newest, I don't think it's like, say, Deedlit and Wonder Labyrinth. That was a fun one. I enjoyed that.
Still haven't played that one. I still haven't played that one yet either.
But if I had to guess, you know what? I think I might guess Axiom Verge.
No.
Okay.
I played Axiom Verge once, and I do enjoy its gameplay, but I absolutely hate its method of storytelling. I could not tell. The only way you can figure out anything that's going on during that game is if you go outside of the game and listen to what other people are theory crafting. And I cannot stand it when games do that. I want to know what's happening. Did you ever play the
sequel?
I have not played Axiom Verge 2, no.
Okay.
But no, don't get me wrong. The weapons, the gameplay, the mechanics, I loved it. Great game.
I'm just trying to think of different Metroidvanias.
Like I said, I will be very surprised if one of you guesses the Metroidvania.
I feel like I should know what this is, and I probably have it in my
You
Steam
definitely
list.
know what it is. It's just not one you're going to think of.
I'm just trying to think of different ones that might, All
right, Lizzie, let's get the RPG out of the way. What is it?
All right, so when someone said fan art, back in the DeviantArt days, you had made line art of some characters that I took and I colored it in.
Those pictures are still there.
And so
we can get evidence
too. But it's Tales of Symphonia.
Tales of Symphonia. Let's go.
Tales of Symphonia. Yes.
And we have a limited edition censored version.
You have to explain. What did they censor?
They didn't censor anything. We bought a used copy and we're like, all right, cool. And it wasn't until later we're looking, and what's her name? Sheena on the front cover.
I mean, she's got big.
What did they do? Cover her cleavage because her pixelated boobs were hanging out too hard?
Oh my
Someone
goodness!
Took a Sharpie and drew an undershirt.
Oh, right. You told me about that. I forgot. Okay, so it wasn't the game that was censored.
It's not
it was
the company.
Manual. It was the manual.
I didn't even notice when I bought it, but like a year later, I'm looking at I pick up the case with the disc, and I'm like, wait a minute, someone put a Sharpie onto this.
Apparently they did
crazy.
A good job, though.
Everyone stop. Splice, that is number 12, 2003. Tales of Symphonia. You know what? I never fully understood this in Final Fantasy VII both. I never fully understood what the story was actually about, because by the time I got to the end game, I had forgotten things that had happened at the beginning. So I wouldn't figure those out until I went and watched some retrospectives on YouTube years after the fact. But I got so into this game, and I didn't even own it. It was owned by Falcon, and but after I started playing it, I went out and bought it, and I own a copy just because I love this game so much. It is such a great game. And the GameCube version is the best version, because while it doesn't have some of the ultimate attacks that they added on to the PlayStation 2 version later on, it is the only version of the game that runs at 60 frames a second.
What about
none of the remakes, none of the remasters can run it. They all run at 30 frames a second because they're all based off the PlayStation 2 version, because they lost the original code to the GameCube version.
Really?
Yep.
Huh.
I contend this was the best RPG on the GameCube.
I'd like
planning
Lloyd
to play
to be
the
added to
remake.
Smash, because we don't have
Lloyd
a
would be a
dual sword
great
fighter.
Lloyd would be a great character to add to Smash, but unfortunately, I think Symphonia has lost the game. The Switch remake was apparently pretty badly done.
I heard not good things, unfortunately.
I almost bought it, but
wait, because I bought mine on the PS4. That's the remake of 1 and 2 in one disc.
In one bundle, yeah.
In one bundle.
But again, Symphonia is based on...
They said that one's bad? They said that one's bad? Or
no, that there was a remaster on the Switch.
Yeah, it came out like this year? Did it come out this year?
No, it was.
Or was it last year?
It came out at the same
was-
time as the. It was around the same time as the
was
Metroid
recent.
Prime remaster.
It was recent.
It was about 2 years ago.
I somehow missed that even was a thing for.
Yeah, you didn't miss much.
But I think
Okay.
what I loved most about this RPG though is I prefer an active battle system, and it controlled very much like Smash Brothers.
Yeah, Tales is fun. The Tales franchise.
I have
Yeah.
two. I have one other Tales game. I still need to finish it. I have Tales of Berseria.
Yeah, I got Berseria on the PS4. I got Zillia. I have Gracie. I have tons of them, but
Although
I've only played a little bit of some.
I've only played a few of the Tales games, but
when we
I've
roomed
liked the
together,
ones I played.
Pirate, you were playing one on the Xbox 360 that I always thought
Vesperia.
was
Vesperia is fantastic. I love Vesperia.
I got
I never
Vesperia now
owned an
on
Xbox,
PS4
so
or
I never
5.
got the chance to play it.
Oh no.
I
That's the
think
thing.
it's on Steam now.
That's the thing. I couldn't get Vesperia, but now they have now Vesperia's got a re-release.
I think
It's
Vesperia may have my
4
favorite
and-
cast actually of
It's on
all the
4
Tales
and on
games.
PC as well. Yeah.
I love that
we're,
cast.
We're 15 minutes to 9 o'clock, and we've only got half of these, so we should probably move on. Pirate, your
Yeah.
turn.
Nuts. I mean, this really took up a lot of space in my mind, so I'm like, I'm just gonna throw out Quake 2. I don't know.
Quake 2 is not on the list. In fact, no Quake games, no Doom games. I'm going to go ahead and remove those from my list.
All right.
Team
Okay.
Fortress 2 is essentially the shooter. There aren't any more,
okay,
there aren't any
okay.
more first-person shooters
You
on
know
this
We're
what?
list.
missing an
Okay.
RTS.
Okay, but we're also missing a SNES game, and it just occurred to me we don't have any beat 'em ups. Is Turtles in Time on this list?
Turtles in Time.
Yeah, that was.
1991.
I'm kind of mad that I didn't guess that one.
I was
Okay.
thinking that.
I never owned this game, but I had friends who owned it. And
This is not a game you need to own. Yes, because of friends.
I don't know
Well,
anybody who owns this one, but we've all played it somewhere.
I
I
made
own
my
Turtles
friends.
in Time.
I made my friends mad because when I went to visit them, all I wanted to do was
You
play Turtles.
want to play.
They're not friends. They're just ways to get to Turtles in Time.
Turtles in Time,
It was
you can
almost
get
just that.
Retro
We rented Super Nintendos, and Turtles in Time was almost always on the list. Turtles
What
in Time is the beat 'em up, but there are many that I had to cut. I did enjoy the Final Fight series. Fight and Rage is a fantastic beat 'em up. Very smooth, great game. But Turtles in Time and Shredder's Revenge, also a good game.
When
But
you can't
Turtles in-
forget River City Ransom. I mean,
No, I can't forget River City Ransom. Although I was kind of disappointed in River City Girls.
So,
I didn't even-
number
I
and
didn't
year?
even give that one a try.
I said number 4, 1991.
Gotcha.
Specifically the SNES version. Arcade, I don't care for. But the SNES version is just peak to me. I loved that game. I loved tossing foot soldiers into the screen. and
Into the
watching them
screen,
It's
yes.
so satisfying. And then
Then they make it
a
into the
boss
mechanic. Yes,
You have to
that's
do
the
it in
best
trade.
part.
All right, moving on. Back to Splice.
Already did it.
Wait, that was Splice. Back to Baggins.
Oh gosh, all of mine are outside of all the guesses I had are outside of the range.
Freedom
I don't-
Planet is not on the list. As much as I fell in love with that game, I had to eliminate
yeah,
it.
it's outside the range, and so is Shovel Knight, and
So,
Full
yeah,
Throttle
that
can't
was-
fit in there.
Yeah. Okay. I was so. That was the one that almost pushed Team Fortress 2 out. Was King's Quest 5, but there are no adventure games on the list.
Okay,
I enjoy a good adventure game, but if there was an adventure game on the list, it would be King's Quest 5, and it's not on the list. So I'll go ahead and remove that as a.
I'll have. So just a question on a series: is there a Deus Ex game on that?
No, because that JC Denton is my favorite character, and he does not have a game on this list.
Oh, I
Although
didn't
he
realize
is-
that
makes
was
the
there.
heart go
technically
yonder.
he technically isn't in Mankind Divided or Human Revolution, but
Those
there's
are
no-
prequels, I think, technically.
yeah, they are prequels, and they're not on the list. So
Okay.
no. guess.
Oh, I really wish they would make more of those. I like the newer ones.
I just want them to fit. I liked Adam Jensen, and I liked his story. I just want them to
I like the
finish.
games. I thought they were decent games. Yeah.
Yeah, no, they were great games. And although I did have a lot of glitches dealing with Mankind Divided.
Yeah, the Mankind Divided had some optimization problems too. But yeah.
Well, I mean, that one. How did people call it? Mankind Derided is what they said that one was compared to the others.
I have never heard of that one, but
I hadn't heard that, but I mean, yeah, it
Mankind
didn't run as
Divisive.
well.
I kept running into freeze glitches. I'd try to load a game and it would just perpetually sit in the loading screen, and then the cutscenes would always glitch out and hang on me too. So it made getting through that game somewhat difficult. But no Deus Ex. So try again, Baggins.
All of the ones that I have are just, they don't fit in the date range.
They're probably on my short list.
Well, yeah, well, like I said, Shovel Knight was on there, Freedom Planet was on there.
Yeah, both on my short list, but I couldn't include
and then
them.
Full Throttle was the other one but that's 95. So
Also, an
Ben,
adventure
what's
game,
his name?
So
Looney said something that
none
of you really heard, but there is a genre that no one's even touched upon yet.
RTS.
RTS. Yeah.
But I don't know what your RTS game would be. Maybe StarCraft 1.
I was gonna go basic if it were me. Yeah.
StarCraft 1 is not on the list.
No, not StarCraft.
There is a real-time strategy on the list.
I feel like he'd go with the Command and Conquer.
That was the other thing. Maybe
I'm still trying to figure out. I have a guess on his.
Well, it's your turn, Looney. So.
All right, I'm gonna go for the Metroidvania, and I'm gonna say it's a PC game between Tales and TF2, and go with Cave Story.
It is Cave Story.
Yes! Good pick.
Yes.
And here's why I went with Cave Story. I have played Super Metroid. I have not played Symphony of the Night, as I already mentioned. I love Super Metroid. I love all the Metroid games.
2004, by the way, Jordan.
I've played AM2R. Yes, 2004. It sits between.
I'm currently replaying AM2R.
Love AM2R.
Where is it? Yeah. Okay. Number 9, December 1st, 1999. So. No. So, oh shoot! I just gave that away.
Yeah, you kind of did. 2004 Cave Story.
Cave Story is 2004. It's number 13. Cave Story encapsulates all my love of Metroidvanias and 2D platformers because it's kind of a meld of both. It is a linear game and indie. Yes, very important. It is a linear game. It's not a true Metroidvania, but it doesn't stop you from going back and revisiting old areas. But you are expected to progress through the game. But it has branching paths, branching stories. There are decisions to make. And there is a final boss, super boss, that will absolutely wreck your
Was the super boss in the original or just in Cave Story
it was
Plus?
it was always in the game.
Okay.
And I beat that son of a gun. Nice. I didn't speedrun it, but I beat him.
Well, and the decisions you made affected your gameplay like big time. Like,
yes,
because like
It changed your weapons. It changed the story. It changed who you rescued, who lived, who died.
Because it's like I had the my first playthrough. I had the machine gun, which I loved because you could jump in the air and shoot down, and the recoil would basically let you fly.
Right.
But if you wanted to get different weapons, you wouldn't have access to that.
Yeah, you had to decline the machine gun. And then if you wanted to get the best ending, there is one point in the game where you have to ignore helping out one of the NPCs. You walk into a room and you see him fall from the ceiling and fall into the pit. And your first instinct is to go down into the pit and see what happened. And if you do that, he ends up dying and you get a half-completed version of his project. But if you jump But if you jump at a specific pixel marked on the screen with a red line, you can clear the pit barely because there's some overhang that will prevent you from doing a proper jump. So if you don't jump at this pixel, you'll hit the overhang and fall into the pit. But if you jump at that specific pixel, you will clear the pit and you can move on through the game, and that character will have survived and he will have finished his project, and you will have an upgraded version of it.
That doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't, but that's how the game is. and so Cave Story encapsulates the difficulty of platforming challenges, 2D linear platforming storytelling, Metroidvania style level design. It's
some great music.
It's some great music. It's just an indie project made by a single man and just bare bones graphics. Like the version you're looking at, I think, is that Cave Story Plus? I think that might be Cave Story Plus. I can't remember.
It's Plus.
Yeah, and that has better graphics than the original version did. It was so simplistic, but it is a great game and still available for free if you want to go and try it. I highly recommend anyone do. But it is my love for 2D platformers, all encompassing, and I had to pick Cave Story.
And
Good
Cave
call.
Story Plus doesn't cost much either.
No,
if
it doesn't.
You want to
It's
give them money.
it's routinely on sale. So there were 2 platformers. I had to include a Mega Man game, but Cave Story just is kind of that all-encompassing. If you want to get me, play Cave Story.
All right.
Cave Story is great.
No, that's a good call.
We're
And
back
I
to
nailed
Lizzie.
It took me my second guess, but I nailed it. I mean, first try.
I did throw a few hints at you, but
Yeah. and we're at
I
the point
really
where we
don't
need
have a
hints.
guess.
Yep.
So what genres are left?
So there's the RTS.
Okay,
Yeah,
there
there's Smash
there is one more jump a shooty game.
Okay.
Baggins knows this game, and he knows I love this game.
Okay.
There's an entire console that you guys haven't even touched on. But there's only one game in that with that console. So there is the real-time strategy one and the racing genre.
That was my next guess.
F-Zero?
Oh,
And there's
GX.
there's another indie game that but okay. Lizzie, heart's in the right place, not F-Zero. Because if
I
I
didn't
had
really
to,
think so, but
if I had to distill my love for racing games, I had to go back to the beginning.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Mario Kart.
Rad Racer.
No. Need for
Close
Speed.
Baggins.
Ridge Racer. Ridge
Racer.
Sure.
Remember
It was
that
released
one?
the same year as Rad Racer.
Okay. So I wasn't sure if NES was on here because I know that you weren't a console kid. So
No, but there was as Turtles in Time was my Super Nintendo game that made my friends hate me. This game is the Nintendo game that made my friends hate me because I only ever wanted to play it when I went to visit them.
Okay.
And that was what?
I guess it's already 9:00. Do I just
Cruising USA.
No, if it was
On
an
the
NES
NES?
game,
I don't know, man. I'm
Okay,
It came out the same year as Rad Racer.
No.
Is there a top-
That
is
was
Top
it's
Gear
the
on
racing
there?
game that came out the same year as Rad Racer.
It
I
was
thought
Top
that's what
Gear, Pole Position. Gosh, what are the other racing games?
Okay, so it would have been 87.
There, RC Pro Am.
The
Test
Racer's
Drive?
not okay, there you go, Baggins. Test
What?
Drive.
I've heard of this one. I don't remember it.
Test
Test
Drive
Drive.
is one of the first games I ever played.
Is
on
it
the
number
NES.
No, on the DOS. It was DOS.
Oh,
The racing game is not the NES game.
one? Okay. Is
Test
it your number
Drive is
one?
the race game. It is number 1, 1987.
Okay.
Published by Accolade.
Published by Accolade.
Wow.
Now, I had to eliminate so many. F-Zero GX was one of them. Death Track, which was a DOS game that came out in 89, which almost made it. It was between Test Drive and DOS and Death Track because Death Track introduced my other thing of love of blowing up vehicles because it was literally a death race. So you had to shoot and blast the other
Okay.
racers and blow them up. But Test Drive eventually had to win out because it was so simplistic, and it's a terrible game if you try to play it today. But it was one of the first games I ever played. It clinched my love for racing games as a genre, and it just has a special place in my heart. And I still remember that opening tune through the PC speaker because sound cards were not a thing. Anyway, Test Drive, number 1, 1987.
All right.
One of the
Well-
first games I remember playing, and I only had CGA graphics, so everything was cyan. There was no you're looking at.
Oh,
the
you're
EGA version,
monochrome.
or the-
Yeah.
yeah, you're looking at
Yeah.
the EGA version. But when I played, everything was cyan and magenta.
Back in my day, all we had were cyan and magenta, and we had to share
We didn't
the
have
cyan.
yellow. Yellow wasn't a thing. It did not exist.
Well, man, you guys were spoiled because mine only had white and black.
No, I did have an early
And the
an
white was
early
kind of
color
more of a
computer.
tan.
It was a big
But it-
deal when my dad came home with the color monitor.
Although I will go ahead and because this was another game that was on my short list. There is an adventure game called Rise of the Dragon, and if I and that one was also one that I had to cut because it was a very early adventure game. It's a very short adventure game, and it's a pretty brutal adventure game. But we did own it, and my family kind of loved it.
Cannot get ye flask. I had to sit there and
It was
figure
more
out why in
advanced
the
than that.
world you cannot get ye
So
flask.
let's also
Whose
just
turn?
cross this off without guessing. Can we talk about Command and Conquer since you already spoiled that one on accident?
Okay, I was gonna say I'm ready to guess for Tiberian Sun.
It is Tiberian Sun, which I love the Command and Conquer series. I have played them all except for 4. It doesn't exist. And I didn't care for Generals. But Tiberian Sun remains the only Command and Conquer game that I have beaten every campaign for, including the expansion pack, Firestorm. It is my favorite of the Command and Conquer series. It was just I love it. There's just so much personality in that game. Command and Conquer 3 is actually very good too. I do actually enjoy it. It was one of the last things EA did that I actually enjoyed because they didn't butcher the series.
Number and
But
year?
at least not until 4. It was I already told you it was what spoiled it, remember?
Yeah, I forgot though.
99.
It is number 9 at December 1st, 1999.
Got it.
But there's not a whole lot to say. It is my love for it encapsulates my love for real-time strategies. Tiberian Sun is just
Oh, this is the one that has
James Earl Jones.
James Earl Jones. Oh my gosh, I'm looking right here.
And in fact, canonically speaking, the character that James Earl Jones plays in Tiberian Sun is the player character of Tiberian Dawn, the first Command and Conquer game.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Who has been promoted to general, and so a new player character is given the spotlight for Tiberian Sun, who promptly dies during Firestorm because they couldn't get the actor to come back, which is one of the failings of live action.
Yeah.
They couldn't get the actor to come back and reprise the role, so like, just kill him, write him out. He died. It's like, I hate it when games do that. I really do.
There's no room on the screen for the whole title for this one.
Just do
Oh,
C and
that's funny.
just do C
I was
and
gonna
C
say
Tiberian
CNC.
Sun, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow. I
CNC.
didn't even notice that. We've never run into that before.
It's also cutting off Mech Warrior 2 Mercenaries,
Oh man.
which you can also shorten to just Mech 2 Mercs.
Anyway, all right. So we were already kind of over time, so I think we're in the full guessing mode. Are you willing to give us hints on some of these earlier ones? Because I think those are going to be the
Hey,
harder
there
ones.
is one other Command and Conquer game, and it is the shooter.
The shooter.
Which shooter? It's probably between 2001 and 2012. I'd be my guess.
Yes.
Renegade?
In fact, yes.
General?
Renegade.
Okay.
Renegade. Command and Conquer Renegade was the game that killed EA, or not EA, Westwood.
What? Oh,
Command and
EA is
Conquer
going to be killed by the
No.
Saudis, but
Well, yeah, EA killed Westwood because of Command and Conquer Renegade, because they forced Westwood to developing a game that they were not prepared and never done. And to be fair, Westwood gave it its darn shot. And I loved Renegade. Renegade is underrated as a game. It is a fantastic game. And it encapsulates it. It was between Renegade or Battlefield 1942, but Renegade won out because my family loved Renegade. My brothers-in-laws loved Renegade, and we would play together. And I played more Renegade online than I did Battlefield,
What number
and I
is it?
loved that game. Number 11,
Year.
2002. So just do C&C colon Renegade.
All right.
And I'm going to go
Okay.
ahead and go ahead and just give you this one because it is one of the doubles. Number 3 at 1991 is Chuck Yeager's Air Combat.
ooh,
Oh, I should've
wow.
guessed that.
a nice old
We've had
flight
We've
sim.
had a good conversation about
Yeah,
that.
we've had a discussion on this one.
And I was thinking, I have mentioned it before. We have talked
Yeah.
about it before. But it is what cemented my love for World War II vehicles, aircraft, and dogfighting.
That was 1989,
91.
91.
It was also one of the first 3D games I ever played. Actually, no, Death Track was the first 3D game I ever played. Chuck Yeager's Air Combat. A friend of my dad's handed me 3 computer games at the same time. And of the 3, the one I wanted to play was Comanche Maximum Overkill because it looked the best. It had awesome graphics.
Ooh,
But my computer couldn't run it.
helicopter one.
And then there was F-117 Nighthawk, which is a Microprose flight sim, which I enjoyed. Good game.
Microprose had a lot of good sims in that era.
And I also played F-15 Strike Eagle 2. That was also a good game. But I never really delved into those. I never got, because I was very young at the time, so I was only superficially like, jump in a plane, fly around, shoot targets. Like, I never tried to do the campaign or anything. But Chuck Yeager's Air Combat, because it was the oldest game of the 3, could run on my desktop at a very limited frame rate, but I didn't have a joystick yet, so I did play this one with the keyboard.
Jeez.
But I went through and I played all the missions without using the cheat helps. It had 3 campaigns, one each in World War II, Korea, and Vietnam, and then it had a build your own kind of. But it cemented my love of flight sims and aerial combat. So Chuck Yeager's Air Combat was the progenitor to War Thunder. But I had to include War Thunder because it's just for as much time as I put into that game, it had to be on the list.
Pretty good.
That leaves the NES game and one other game that I know you all know. I know at least 4 of you have played it.
I want to guess one, just because I hadn't guessed it. Is XCOM on this?
XCOM is not on the list, but it was on my short list. I had to cut it.
Okay. I didn't even know if the timing worked on it, because it was 2012.
Is 15 a multiplayer that we've played together?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm
You just know we've played it.
I know you've all played it.
I'm drawing a
I know
blank.
at least 3 of you have played it. I'm fairly
What's the
certain at least 4 of you have. It is a space game, but it's not a flight sim.
Mass Effect.
No.
Dang it.
It's a It's a Star Trek game, kind of.
Kind of a Star Trek game?
Yeah.
What?
FTL.
FTL.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. FTL.
Star Trek game, but
September?
kind of.
I'm like, I don't do Star Trek. What are you talking about? FTL.
I was like, Bridge
FTL.
Commander? I'm like trying to think, like, there aren't a lot of
Did
great Star
FTL
Trek
come out
games.
that long ago?
Yeah,
Yes, it
FTL
did.
came out in like
Yeah.
2011, I think.
Oh my gosh! Because I remember playing that in this house, and I
did
moved
play
in
that
here
in your
in
house.
11.
Well,
And
holy cow!
my brother-in-law actually, I was visiting them and they were watching a movie and I wasn't really into the movie, so he set me up on his computer and let me play FTL, and I'm like, I need to buy this game. I love this game. This
He
game
hooked
is
me on crack.
fantastic.
FTL is a game I come back to.
I still come back to FTL.
This-
And Into the Breach is also a fantastic
yes,
game.
yes. These 2 games by subset, like, I don't know if they are making anything else, but I will always play these games.
They
Like,
are just charming games that you can come back to and enjoy. And I routinely come back to both of them at least once a year.
Did you ever follow my recommendation and watch On the Kestrel?
No, I haven't actually.
You need to do that. If you like FTL, watch On the Kestrel. It starts off as just kind of funny FTL humor, and it gets deep and soulful real quick.
Send me a message in,
Sure.
in Discord,
Okay, I'll find
and I'll come back to that.
yeah,
Now,
send. I'm interested too because
Okay.
I'm super into
So you
this.
said you. Okay, so you said
The
2 is
NES
on the NES.
the
Yeah,
2 is
we're
on the
missing on
NES.
the-
Baggins,
yeah,
you
yes.
should know what this is because I have told you this is one of the games that I hold up as just a complete solid game.
Okay,
And I
I'm trying to
used it-
think. Have you talked to me about this game at all?
I'm sure I have.
Wait. Is it an IP game?
Yes.
Is it DuckTales?
Well, okay, it's not a licensed game.
Okay,
It's a jumpy shooty.
it's a jumpy
Jumpy
shooty.
shooty.
Is it Zelda 2?
Not Zelda.
Okay,
Jumpy Shooty NES.
I am.
Blaster Master?
Dun,
Oh.
dun, 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 dun.
Sorry, I was literally thinking
Wait.
jumpy shooty, and then I don't know what clicked.
Not Blaster Master.
No, it's
No,
Contra.
it's Contra.
Up, down, down, left, right, B,
Oh,
A, start.
I'm-
Come on, you guys.
I was
Contra.
thinking. Okay, let me explain my
didn't-
thought process.
I didn't play this game.
I had actually gone through and I was thinking that you had said that was all the jumpy shooty games. So I had already eliminated Contra from my mind. And then you said jumpy shooty and I didn't bring it back in.
I did make that mistake. And that is
Yeah,
Okay.
You did.
This is
But
flippy
but when
shooty.
you said jumpy shooty, I didn't bring it back in my head.
and that's on me because I thought I had eliminated most of it. No. Contra was
This is a phenomenal game.
Contra was crack. Contra was my 5-year-old crack.
It was the last
Yeah.
thing I ever saw.
No, I would have guessed this if I hadn't already eliminated it in mentally.
And for that I apologize. 1989 number 2 Contra is just it is a solid
It's still a great
experience.
game.
It's still a great game. It is a game you can pull out and play and you can pick it up innately, but it's tough to master, but it's not as difficult as people pretended it was. It is hard, but it is fair. Mostly. Some of the enemy placements and spawns could get a little BS, but
Slice doesn't believe that I've beaten it without the code.
Yeah, because
We used every single life, every continue, but we got through it at the very end, and it was grueling.
Until I see it with
But-
my own eyes, I will not believe that anyone has done this.
when I go visit, I'll play on Baggin's console because I know he has it, and I'll show you, Slice. I'll show you how it's done. But
and it was 2-player. It was 2-player.
It was 2-player. And
What I'm saying is, when I
feel
beat
like
it,
Contra was in Battletoads category where it's harder with 2 people.
no, because you can't
No.
shoot each other. No.
No, but I don't know.
Although-
I just found like the scrolling has issues.
Okay,
Well, the
Level
problem with
3 could be.
with Battletoads, and there was some like the waterfall level. Could screw
level
you up
3 that could be because
because you could overjump and then the screen
Yep.
would
and
move
I was
up and
literally thinking of the water.
But unlike Battletoads, because Battletoads you shared continues, so if first player died too often, second.
Oh,
player
you could
would
drain
have
their
a lot.
lives. Yeah.
yeah.
Contra doesn't do that.
But you can steal a life in Contra.
But you can steal a life. But as long
Oh,
as
so
you
it's
had a
prepping you
gentleman's
for
agreement
Smash.
not to do that. But Contra is just a solid game, and it holds up today as a game that
It's phenomenal.
it is everything I want in a game. Explosions.
And I will say, none of the sequels
big
have lived up
guns.
to it.
Alien Wars was good. And
I'm not saying they're not good, but
Right.
none of them has lived up to the first one. The first one is
Right,
just
no,
simply the best.
I concur. I do agree. I do like the other games in the franchise. Contra 4 was pretty good, but I wasn't able to get very far. That game is hard, mostly because of the dual screen thing. People would shoot at me from the upper screen, but I'm so focused on the lower screen, I don't see the shot coming. And so I just jump right into it. And they're not like 1-to-1. Like there's a divide between the screens. So like when the bullet passes down through the upper screen, it doesn't immediately appear in the lower screen. It passes
travels the
through.
gap.
Yeah, it travels the gap, and that threw me off. And for that reason, Contra 4 just was too difficult for me because I couldn't focus on both screens at the same time. There is my list, gentlemen. Other games that almost made it, mostly racing games, F-Zero GX. There were 2 Need for Speed games that I played a lot of. Need for Speed 3 Hot Pursuit, which I played extensively with a friend of mine because it was split-screen multiplayer, and we downloaded overweight Humvees so we could just drive around the tracks and smash into cops and they couldn't arrest us because the cars were too heavy. And Need for Speed 5. Or not 5. It was in 2000. Need for Speed Most Wanted, the original Most Wanted, is a great racing game.
Oh,
And I
my
love-
friends
and I
play that
love
on the
them
PC
both.
all the time, man. Most Wanted, yeah.
In fact, it's the most recent EA game purchase that I made because I bought a used copy on eBay with a disc just so that I could have the PC version, so I could mod it. But I also own it twice because I own the GameCube version as well, which was given to me by my friend Falcon.
Hey, it comes full circle.
There is my list, ladies and gentlemen. Play these games and you will understand Breakfast, and you will also understand that he has no love for modern games. games if they aren't indie 2D Metroidvanias.
Well, again, the most recent one is 2012.
Right.
No,
Although, okay, I did at Baggin's recommendation, I have played and I have torn through Expedition 33, which I do
Phenomenal
think is a great game.
I just started it today.
Yes.
No,
I love
Another-
that game so much. It
I'm-
might be
I'm
my
al-
new favorite.
I'm
I
already
think it is.
sad. I'm already sad. My gosh.
It's not a happy game. Like the
No, it's
director of
not
the
a
game
happy
said,
game.
the director of the
Where
game
are you,
actually
pirate?
when
Where
being
are you?
interviewed, he said, "I don't like happy stories." And I'm just like, well, you've shown that.
I just
It's
got through
very
the
French.
prologue and I'm already almost cried.
Right.
Yep.
well, so
Oh man, wait till the end of Act 1.
no,
I hated the end of Act 1.
It is no. To your point
That's
about
where I am.
modern games, we literally had the conversation. Me and Bill a couple nights ago. We were like, "What was the last like truly AAA title you've bought on Steam?" And
Well, I said game that wasn't either a remake /
Yes.
re-release or an indie.
Oh,
Yeah.
if we're using remakes, then I mean, technically, Doom isn't a remake, but it also kind of is.
Doom Eternal. So, but for me
Well, like,
and
I had to
Breakfast,
go
it
back
was
a few
Doom
years.
Eternal.
Yeah.
I mean,
I still haven't even beaten it. I preferred 2016.
I mean, you got a good point there, because when I think of like the games I've bought, like the most recent purchase I made was a remake. I'm buying mostly remakes at this point.
Well, it's like if it's a a bigger company, it's because they own the IP that I want, but I want the old one, or it's an indie.
Yep.
All about indie games these days.
Like, well, because like
Yeah.
game of the year,
They
in
got
my
the sauce.
opinion,
They
that
do. They
there
have
are
the
three
passion.
huge contenders in my opinion for game of the year, and all three of them are indie.
Like I'm doing Silk Song right now. This game is fantastic.
It's Silk Song, it's Expedition 33, or Blueprints.
Hard as balls, but fantastic. Anyway, gentlemen, we need to wrap this up because
It's all right. Okay, I got to roll for the
my,
next time we do this.
my stomach's
Oh, yeah.
churning right
Oh, yeah,
now,
who's-
so I need to duck
So I
out.
believe, correct me if I'm wrong, of who is here, Lizzie, Looney, and Petrivka. You have not done this yet?
Mhm.
Not yet.
Okay. So I
Roll a
will-
D3.
And
Yeah, I
Baggins,
don't
can I
have
say
that.
it tonight since
I have
it's
a-
my night?
Yeah, go for it.
I have
Okay,
a D.
good.
I have a D6. So 1 through 2, Lizzie. 3 through 4, Lunasar. 5 through 6, Petrivka. Rolling, and the number is A2, Lizzie. Next time we do this, you'll be up.
All
for
right.
one.
Pokemon,
Okay.
Pokemon.
Can we only limit it to like a quarter being Pokemon games?
You can do whatever you want. These are your 16
That's
games.
true.
It's your 16, Lizzie.
True. I have a list already, I think. I'll have to double check it. It may have changed.
Check it twice. Well,
Well, it might
ladies
be
and
Christmas
gentlemen,
time when we
Wait,
do
wait,
it. So
I just want to say, I knew it. I knew it was gonna be Lizzie.
how do you know
you
the
can't you
dice?
can't participate. That's too easy.
Hey, I'm not showing him my list.
I know.
All right. So, everyone, let's do our promotions here. Petrivka, do you want to promote anything?
Claire Obscura is actually pretty good, I guess, guys.
It comes highly recommended, I would say.
I can recommend it too.
I already gave Splice his Christmas / birthday present, and it was Claire Obscure.
Yes, it was.
So he now has no excuse not to play it.
Sure, I do. I have like 5 excuses right now.
Nope.
One of them I'm playing now, and that's Hades 2. Well, not playing right now, but currently. And then Hollow Knight, and then I gotta play Silk Song. Anyway,
I think you're going to have a tough time with those games.
I mean, I'm having fun with Hollow Knight, but I've heard rumors about Silk Song. Anyway,
I will, however, promote Silk Song. It is a great game.
All right, perfect. Bagginses.
I just finished reading Project Hail Mary today, so I will push both
Oh,
that and The Martian.
I need to remember to read that
Phenomenal
before the
books.
dang movie comes out.
Both
Okay.
excellent books, definitely worth checking out.
Never even heard of that.
It's the same guy who wrote The Martian.
Andy Weir.
And I learned who wrote the webcomic Cheshire Crossing, which Splice and I talked about
That
way back
blew-
in the day.
You blew my mind with that. webcomic writer. All right. Lizzie.
I will promote my stream, Lizzie Petrichor at twitch.tv. I do Pokemon shiny hunting, although over the weekend I did peak with Splice, and that was fun.
It was awesome. Up
But for the most part, yeah.
Wasn't.
Until he died.
The freaking Mesa again.
It's always
Mesa's
a tornado.
mean. Mesa's mean.
They've made it so much
When
meaner.
that tornado that just chases you.
It picked me up
Heat-seeking-
3 times and threw me into a
Heat-seeking tornado.
No,
By the
okay,
time I stopped moving, no one even could find me.
Petrivka,
Yeah.
we need to get you playing with us with breakfast. It's a whole new experience.
if
This
the
is
schedule allows for it, I'm game.
I'm not sure. Have I played with breakfast yet? Or
I don't think you
have.
have.
I haven't played with
Yeah.
breakfast yet.
yeah.
No, play it with
All right,
breakfast is
Looney.
a whole new experience.
All right, Looney.
All right. Well, since this is a breakfast episode, I think I know what I have to promote,
Ham.
and that's gonna be Elite Dangerous.
At least it wasn't Star Citizen.
Well played, Looney. Well played.
It is exactly what he wanted in Star
It's what he
Citizen.
wish he had.
I know.
It's what he
I
wish he
know.
had,
I've just-
and-
it's just-
And he could have it. It's on sale for like $2 right now,
I
I
already
think.
own it. Literally
I-
gave it to me.
I bought it for him because I said, I know you're not going to play it, but you must own it because you deserve it. So I
You deserve
bought it
this.
for him.
You deserve it for yourself.
Yep. So I know he has it, so I will promote it.
Very well.
All right.
That leaves.
So on my stream, I don't know. We'll probably just play Peak again on Saturday. I don't know. I'm just having fun with that. It's a very fun streaming experience. And then speaking of fun streaming experiences, this month, because it is the spooky season here on I Think We Overleveled, we're going to have 2 episodes that are going to be crossover episodes where we play games.
Five Nights at Freddy's.
No. We're gonna on not next week. Next week we're gonna do the mobs that scared you, and so we'll need to come up with our lists. We're real like obviously there's horror games that we can go to, but we're also going to be looking for the non-horror game mobs that scared you. But no, then the week after that we're gonna do Lethal Company. So if you're interested in that. The game is like $6-7 on Steam.
I'm
And
not
then-
familiar with Lethal Company.
I've heard of it.
I've watched a few.
I've
Let's
seen
Plays,
some videos, yeah.
and it gets hilarious. But then,
Oh, it's that engineer kind of game with the horror elements.
Yeah, you're wearing a hazmat suit.
Right.
Yeah. And then after that, we're gonna do why does horror work so well for co-op and indie games, just as a topic. And then the week of Halloween, at the request of Baggins, we are doing Phasmophobia.
The fact that I even want to play this game is still blowing my own mind. So,
So we're gonna be
but
discount
Peak actually made me
Ghostbusters.
want to play it.
We're gonna be playing.
All
We're
right.
gonna be discount Ghostbusters. So I'm hoping
and
this will be the
it's
first-
also on sale right now for $15.
I'm really hoping we can get Maddie to do her first episode with us for Phasmophobia.
She looks like she's interested in Phasmophobia.
She's been trying to get me to play Phasmophobia on stream for a couple of years. So anyway. But yeah, so that's the future plans. And then of course you can find me twitch.tv/splicestream.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I